This is my mad scientist coil prop. I'm gonna add some VFX, like electrical sparks, that kind of thing. I want to show you how I made this. Okay, so I have these end pieces for foam mats, which I'm going to use for another project. And I'm going to use these as like a mad scientist type electrical spire, or something you see in a mad scientist laboratory. And the way I'm going to do that, I'm just going to turn these around in a circle and have a bunch of circular sections with these parts. And I'm going to put them around like some kind of rod or something. I haven't figured that part out yet. Okay, so I'm going to cut these in half, and then I'm going to use these paper clips to bind these two pieces together. So I'm going to create these circular shapes, and hopefully I can make a bunch of these and put a wooden pole through the middle. So I took a paperclip piece and I binded these two ends together. So I'm going to take these and arrange them by largest and smallest. I'm going to put them on this large dowel rod. So I'll put the smaller ones on top and I'll put the larger ones on the bottom. And I'll space them out. So I went ahead and put these on this pole. So I'm going to use great stuff to fill in the gaps between this. I think not only will it make it fit better, but it'll make it look cooler. Okay, so I put great stuff on this, and I think it looks cool. I'm going to spray paint it with a green coat as sort of a base layer. I may want to try to give off the vibe that that there's somehow rusted copper on it, or something like that. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead. I need to spray paint it with something darker anyway, so I might as well use green. I'm going to go ahead and cover this with gray paint. I'm not going to get it completely on. I'm going to coat a lot of it. Eventually I'm going to just spray it with the silver spray paint, but I need to make it darker and I need to make it look more metallic. I'm going to go ahead and paint this base up. I'll put my electrical rod right through here. I need this to look more metallic. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and spray the inside parts of this with this gold color spray paint. I'm just going to go ahead and make this a little darker with black spray paint. Now I'm going to add silver spray paint to the overall structure. So I probably could have just painted this straight silver, but if you look closely in between, you can see some of the gold and some of the green, and I think it looks more realistic having coated it with the green and gold beforehand. So I'm glad how this turned out. I'm gonna go ahead and add some dark paint right here, like it's some kind of rust or something. So in order to get this stuck into here, I wedged this piece of styrofoam in, and originally I was going to glue it in, but it's so tight, I don't know if I will glue it in. I kind of like the idea of it being able to disassemble it, so I think I'll just leave it like that. Actually, I might spray paint the top of that. So I went ahead and sprayed some great stuff in there, and I may have overdone it. You know, that orange was supposed to look like rust, and it looks like it covered a lot of that. Now, I was thinking though, I could clean up these little bits, but it's easier to clean it when it's dry. I'll just cut it off when it's dry. But I may not. I may paint it green. And I think if I paint all of the great stuff a sort of green color, it'll have this sort of weird mad science type vibe to it or something. I don't know. If not, I can just cut it away. I can always spray paint it black too. So this logo is still visible here, and I tried to paint black over it, but I didn't think that looked that good, so I took that off. I'm gonna go ahead and super glue this onto it. This is just a junk part I got in a pile of junk parts, and that'll cover up the logo. I'm going to do another coat of green on this, and I'll let this dry.